Good morning, children. Welcome to the class. I wish you a happy new year. Hope you enjoyed your vacation and I hope you completed your activity also. Now, student, today we'll start the new chapter Spreadsheet with Microsoft Excel. In this chapter, come to the introduction part. What is a spreadsheet? A spreadsheet is an electronic software which lets you store, analyze, and work with set of data. Microsoft Excel Microsoft Excel is an electronic spreadsheet popularly used by people to work in office or at home. So basically it is a electronic software where we have to enter the data and analyze our data, store our data and work with the data. Spreadsheet that you are knowing, it is full of it is made up of that row and column. Spreadsheet is there and there we have to enter our data and analyze there. And it's spreadsheet, that electronic spreadsheet, people are used in offices and at homes also. Offices means some means database we have to make and then access the table also to store records this. Then uses of spreadsheet, ones can also do speedy and accurate mathematical calculation using a spreadsheet. So it is very easy in spreadsheet to calculate the mathematical calculate the mathematical operations, means that multiplication, sum, additional, maximum, minimum, count, this all is very easy to calculate here in the spreadsheet. The three most common command general use for spreadsheet software are to create budgets, produce graph and charts. Graph and charts, last class 8 you had learned about the graph and chart also. That means that you are knowing about this. And for storing data, for storing and sorting data also. In business, they are used to forecast further performance of the organization, then calculate that on revenues. Then Factzone is given here. Advantages of working with spreadsheet. What are the advantages? Means data can be easily organized, accessed and analyzed, sorted, filter also. If you suppose you had entered the name of a student, and if you want to that name of a student in alphabetic order, so it will filter as alphabetic order. And if you want to sort the digit increasing order or decreasing order, there also functions are there. Then reports can be made more usual by choosing graphs and charts and graphs. If you want to show the reports, if you want to show the data in the form of reports and graphs, so it will help. Only you have to select all the data which you want to see in graph form or a chart form, and then click on the icon of chart or graph, then it will display at the right side of the screen about the data chart or graph. Then how to start a Excel sheet. Getting started with MS Excel. To start Microsoft Excel, click start button, then go to the Microsoft Office, then Microsoft Excel 2010, then click on Excel 2010, the Excel window open. Then this is the window of your Excel sheet. Ribbon is given here, title bar, formula bar, name box, active cell, column header, columns, scroll bar, row header, rows. These are all the components of components of that Excel sheet. So here some basic components is also given here. Basic components of the Microsoft Excel window. Title bar. Located at the top of the Excel window, the title bar shows the name of the Excel workbook currently in use. By default, given name is workbook 1, and after that you have to save this book and give the file name here in title bar. Then quick access toolbar. Quick access toolbar, that tool which we want always we want while doing the entering the data, that we have to keep in the quick access toolbar. Here we had quick matched here the save, undo and redo button. The quick access toolbar contains the frequently used commands. By default, it has 3 commands: save, undo and redo. While the undo button reverses your last action in the worksheet, the redo button redoes the things we just undid. It is possible to customize the quick access toolbar. To do this, click the customize access toolbar arrow and check the option you want. Means if you want to keep any other means tools in the quick access toolbar, you have to click on that customize quick access toolbar and then add the other tools if you want. And here, what is the meaning of save? Means you have to save the file. Undo means what you did in before, that will reverse, and redo means redoes the function. Then come to the ribbon. Ribbon is just below the title bar. It is the collection of tabs, namely homes, insert, page, layout, formulas, data review and view. Each tab contains several command groups which contain several command buttons. So this is a ribbon. Then come to the formula bar. The formula bar appears below the ribbon. The formula bar appears below the ribbon. The data in the active cell is displayed here. It allows the user to enter or edit data or formula or a function in the active cell. So in a formula bar, there you, if you want to enter any data, suppose in column number 3 you had written one name and that name spelling is wrong, so you have to click on that column, that formula bar, that column name what you had typed, that will appear displayed there. And from there formula bar, you, if you want to edit or change the name or do the correction of that spelling, then there you are able to correction. Or if you want to write the formula, so you in the formula bar you are able to write the formula also. So there are some small buttons next to the formula bar which get activated when the data is entered in the cell. If you are entering the cell data, then this three means buttons will activate. Means cancel, to cancel the entry of entry which you made. If you want to do the cancellation of that entry, easy. Then enter to accept the entry, and insert function to insert function in the cell. Then name box. The name box is present in the on the left of the formula bar. It displays the address of active cell. It is given in the picture here. Then come to the status bar. The status bar is positioned at the bottom of the window and provides information on the operating being performed on the selected cells. It is possible to customize the status bar too. To do so, right click on it. A menu is displayed. Select by clicking an option. A check mark appears next to the item indicated selection. So that status bar is given at the bottom of the window. There the cell position it will shows. Then view button. On the right side of the status bar are the view buttons which shows different ways a worksheet can be viewed. How to view it means last chapter also we had learned about the viewed. Here the same in presentation, normal view, page layout view, page break view and control view, control zoom. Zoom control. Normal view, this is the default view where you can see the row and column. Page layout view, this is how the worksheet will appear as when it will be printed. Then page break view, it shows how many pages will be required to print at the worksheet data. Then zoom control, using the zoom control slider you can increase and decrease the zoom level. Then scroll bars. The Excel worksheet has two scroll bars, horizontal and vertical. This bar let us view the different areas of the Excel worksheet. Scroll bar is given here, horizontal and vertical form. Then worksheet. The Excel work area is made up of grid of row and columns. It is known as the worksheet. Means the worksheet where you are entering the data is known as the Excel work area. Then row. Rows run horizontally and each row is identified by the row number. They are labeled as 1, 2, 3, and column are work as vertically line that denoted by A, B, C, D. Then after Z, A, A, B, A, C, like this the address will display in rows. Then cell. A cell is a unit of worksheet. A cell is formed by the intersection of row and column. Means cell means intersection of row and column. One box is there, that box is known as the cell. Then cell address. How to find the cell address? A cell in a worksheet has cell address. Cell address are used to locate the value of the worksheet. if they are made up of column name and the row name which insert to in the form of cell. So a cell formed at the intersection of column D and row 5 will have the cell address of D5. Like this, row and column, both the address will show in, it is shown in the diagram also. See here, here 5 is given there and D is given there, row and column. So both address include D5 is mentioned here. Like this, we have to find out the address of cell. Cell address means where the cell is active. Active cell, the currently selected cell is called a active cell, means dark line is given here. Then come to the cell pointer. A mouse pointer changes into the plus sign in Excel sheet. It is used to point to select the cell, which is why it is known as the cell pointer. Cell pointer means if you are selecting the cell and the mark plus sign is indicate, so it is known as the cell pointer. Then range of cells. A group of continuous cell which have been selected in a range of cells. The range can be given by specifying the address of the first and last cell of the range. This is known as the range of cell. Cell means we have, if you are selecting the data, that all the data we are selecting together, it is known as the range of cell. So student, go through this once. Then next class we'll discuss the workbook and how to open a how to open a workbook and how to do the work. We'll explain in the next class. Thank you.